All right, guys, welcome back. What we're going to be doing from here on out is we are going to be using Bootstrap and all the technologies we've learned so far to make a website interface of this, the Pip-Boy, from Fallout 4. If you're familiar with this is going to be really fun. And if you're not, even just the things we're going to be learning in this subsection is going to be interesting and helpful for you, not only with what we've already learned, but with what else we're going to learn through this process. So let me jump onto Google and see if I can find a Pip-Boy Mark IV UI image. And this is what we're going to be basing our design off of. So I'm going to be using this one specifically to get the color first. We need that green in order to do anything. Now we're going to be creating a nav bar that has these items on the top, and each one of those is going to go to a different page. And then as you can see on the left side here, there are sometimes tabs on each one of the pages. So for example, this one, the inventory, the data tab, etc. So there's multiple tabs for some of the pages, and that's we're going to be learning that with Bootstrap as well. So let's jump into it. Now, there is an interesting thing that I learned while developing my site. If you can't see this right here, there's a scan line effect. And actually, if I zoom in, how can we zoom here? Zoom. If I zoom way in now, you can see this scan line effect, and it's over top of the content, specifically so that there's a consistency with the text and images. And these images right here are interesting as well. Let me zoom out a bit. In that if you were to grab the link and open it in a new tab, it's just the regular image. And then I've applied filters to it, and the scan lines makes it look pretty decent. So let's go ahead and get started with this. In my IDE here, I'm going to close this. We're going to create a new project called Pip-Boy. There we go. Now, first, obviously, we need to copy the Bootstrap files in. So let's go ahead and download Bootstrap 4. Let's open it up here, and then let's extract everything. I think I already had these files, I guess. I'm going to copy these into the root directory of our project. I don't think this works. I think, oh yes it does. Okay, so it copied the CSS and the JavaScript. We're going to need jQuery, so let's go ahead to jQuery.com. And let's download 3.2.1, the compressed production version. So we're going to keep this. And let's see if we can just move this directly into there. And we can. We also needed something else, and I can't recall what it is. Was it tether? I don't recall. We will find that out. So let's go ahead and create a new file, an HTML file named index. Sorry. And then in here, we're going to just get started with the where is it? It should show. Basically, all we need to do is we need to add the meta field here. So meta name is going to be viewport. Content is going to be width equals device-width, and initial scale equals 1. So this is going to become our Pip-Boy application. So let's start importing the files that we need. So link href is going to be CSS bootstrap.min.css. And then before the closing body element, and I'm going to re-indent this because every time I create a new HTML file, WebStorm uses this template, and I'm sure there's a way I could stop that, but I just haven't yet. Script source is going to be JS jQuery. That's the one. I can just tab through that. And then the Bootstrap one, source. There we go. So now if I save this and open this up, we should get an error. I just overwrote that page that I was on. All right. Let's go ahead and look what the error is. It's tether that we need. It is. All right. So let's go ahead and download. I cannot recall where to find the download link here. Oh, there it is, right there. So I'm going to extract this to its own directory and then jump in here and copy the CSS and JavaScript directories. And in the root directory here, I'm going to paste them and they should merge. But the JavaScript did not merge, so I'm going to copy that one individually. Oh, I guess it did, but it just didn't update. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and close these, and in here we're going to include tether JS tether.min.js, and up here just before the bootstrap we're going to include CSS tether.min.css. Now we are also going to need our own style sheet, so link href is going to be css.pipboy.app.css. And then I'm actually going to go create that file. So new style sheet, pipboy.app.css. And there we go. So let's save it. If we refresh our Pip-Boy, we get no errors, and that means we've done everything up to this point correctly. So again, just to recap, copy all the Bootstrap and JavaScript files into your project directory, including the tether. The URL for that is tether.io. Just click the download zip in the top right, and you will obtain the files. Create your main index HTML. It needs to have this viewport, and it also needs to have the doc typeset in order for it to all to work. And then include all your style sheets in this order: tether, then bootstrap, then your own, and include at the bottom, just before the closing body tag, include the jQuery library, tether, and then bootstrap. And then after the bootstrap one, we will include our own because we are going to have a bit of JavaScript to write. So let's go ahead and create a JavaScript file called pipboy.app.js. And then in the index file, just include script source js pipboy.app.js. And there we go. Now we are all set up to get started, so we will start the actual coding of this in the next video.